Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a kind of secret language that musicians use all over the world. It's the key to playing hundreds of songs without having to memorize every single note. So, how on earth do they do it? Seriously, have you ever wondered this? You see a band at a wedding or a musician in a cafe, and they just seem to know every song you could possibly request. Are they all just musical super geniuses? Well, maybe a little, but they also have a really powerful secret weapon, and today we are going to decode it together. And the answer is something called a lead sheet. You can think of it as the ultimate musical cheat sheet. It's like a blueprint that gives a musician everything they need to play a song, usually all on one single, easy-to-read page. So what is it exactly? Well, a lead sheet is basically a simplified musical roadmap. It's not like a giant, complicated orchestra score with every single note for every instrument written out. Nope. Instead, it just gives you the most important stuff, the essential information you need to bring that song to life. And what is that essential info? It really just boils down to these three core ingredients. You've got the melody, the main tune that you'd hum. Then you have the lyrics, which are obviously the words. And finally, the chords, which create the harmony and really set the whole mood of the song. That's it. Melody, lyrics, and chords. All right, so let's break those three parts down a little more and see how they actually work together on the page. We're basically going to build a song, one layer at a time. Okay, first up is the melody. This is written out on the musical staff with standard notes. It's the main tune of the song. The part a singer sings or a saxophone player might play. In pretty much all popular music, the melody is the absolute star of the show. Now look right below that melody and you'll find the lyrics. See how each word and syllable is lined up perfectly with the note you're supposed to sing it on? This shows the singer exactly how the words fit into the rhythm of the tune. It's super helpful. And then, floating above that melody line, you'll see these letters and sometimes numbers. These are the chord symbols. They tell musicians playing instruments like the piano or guitar what harmony to play to back up the melody and create the song's overall feel. These chord symbols are an incredibly smart form of musical shorthand. Instead of writing out 3 or 4 separate notes every single time a chord changes, you just write C for a C major chord or G7 for a G dominant 7th. It's a fast, clean code that unlocks the entire harmony of the song. Okay, so we've got our 3 main ingredients. But a lead sheet also has some really important instructions right at the beginning. You can think of them as the rules of the road that everyone in the band needs to follow to stay on the same page. So at the very start of the music, you'll find 2 critical signs. First is the key signature. This tells you the key of the song, basically which notes are going to be sharp or flat throughout the piece. And right next to it is the time signature. This tells you the rhythm, how many beats are in each measure. That 4/4 you see there is super common. It's the backbone of most pop and rock music. The leaf sheet also tells you how fast to play. This is called the tempo, and you'll usually find it right at the top of the page. It might be a classic Italian word like allegro, which just means fast, or a simple description like slow ballad, or even a super specific number telling you the exact beats per minute. And to save a ton of space, lead sheets use navigational signs. You'll see repeat signs that, you guessed it, tell you to play a section again. Or you might see something that looks a little weird, like DC al coda. That's just an instruction to go back to the beginning, play until you see a symbol called the coda, and then jump to the special ending. It's like a musical GPS. So all these different parts, the melody, the chords, the instructions, they're all organized into a bigger structure. Let's take a look at how they actually come together to build a complete song. Most popular music is built from just a few simple blocks, and they're often labeled right there on the lead sheet. You've got the verse, which is where the story unfolds. Then there's the chorus, which is the big, catchy, repeatable part you can't get out of your head. And sometimes there's a bridge, which is a section that changes things up a bit before you get back to the main idea. And this is exactly why lead sheets work so well. Because most songs follow these predictable patterns, a whole band can look at a lead sheet, instantly recognize the structure, and just start playing the song together, even if they've never played it before. It's all about speaking the same musical language. Now here's where it gets really, really cool. A lead sheet isn't a strict set of rules you have to follow exactly. It's a blueprint, and the musician gets to be the architect who brings that blueprint to life. I just love this idea. It perfectly captures what a lead sheet is all about. It gives you the essential skeleton, the melody and the chords, but it's totally up to the performer to add their own style, their own rhythm, and their own emotion. They add the skin and muscle to make it a living, breathing piece of music. It's the ultimate starting point for creativity. And there are two main ways musicians do this. One is improvisation, which is all about making up ideas right in the moment. Since the lead sheet doesn't tell a pianist exactly how to play the chords, they can add their own cool rhythms and flair. The other way is through arrangement. This is more planned out, where a band takes that one lead sheet and creates unique, interlocking parts for the bass, the drums, the guitar, and so on.
This flexibility is what makes the lead sheet so incredibly powerful. It's a universal tool. I mean, almost any instrument can use it, you can easily change the key to fit a singer's voice, and it's even a great starting point for making music on a computer. It really is one single blueprint with just endless possibilities.
So you see, a lead sheet is so much more than just a piece of paper with notes on it. It's a map for performance, a common language that helps musicians collaborate, and really a launchpad for creativity. Now that you know how to read the blueprint, it kind of makes you wonder, what song would you want to build first?